your mouth in prison. I did that one time. But really what I'm going to talk about is the cell warriors. But I'll tell you about when I ran my mouth first. There was this guy that just talked shit all the time, but he never did do anything. I mean, talk about this, talk about that. Why don't you fucking do something? He never did. And one day, he was mouthing off about different people and stuff, and basically told him to shut the hell up, you know. So I'm out in the yard with some of my friends, and he comes up to me and says, "Harvey, you deserve to be punched in the mouth." My lip's not bleeding. Dang if he didn't haul off and punch me in my shit and tell me it is now. And we got fighting and ended up going to the hole and everything. It's kind of funny thinking about it now, but anyway, when you're in the hole, you'll have a lot of people that, especially people that think they're getting transferred, they'll get at the door and start yelling at other people and stuff, and just talking crap, you know. And what is amazing is when they realize they're not being transferred, they're going to be put back out in the yard, their whole tune changes once they get out in the yard. I remember one time me and this guy was getting out of the hole. This other guy that had been talking shit to him, all the way up until he left, he'd already gotten out. We're walking back to our housing units. We both go to the same housing unit. And he says, "Man, I hope I see him out here. I hope he's in the same house. You know, I got something for him." Sure enough, later that day, out in the yard, he sees the dude, beats him down. I haven't been out a day, and we go on lockdown because of that. Now, the lockdown was only for a short time, but, you know, like the next day we got off lockdown. But I'm thinking, man, just got out. I didn't see the fight. Everybody said he beat the crap out of him. Said the guy would say, "Man, you don't understand, man. It wasn't me. It was my celly, this and that." Said the guy was copping all kinds of deuces. But let's get to the lockdowns. When you're on lockdown, sometimes they ain't for a day or they ain't for a few hours. Sometimes they're for days, weeks. One housing unit was for a month, over a month, I think. But that's the one I want to talk about. You can have a cell you can get along great with. And I did. But you get, when you're locked down, you're in a small cell, you're locked down, you just get tired of seeing one another. You can't get out. You know, they bringing meals to you. You're using the bathroom in front of each other. You know, at one point I'm thinking, man, I'm thinking in my head, I didn't say it out loud, man, just stop breathing. His breathing got on my nerves. And at one point we got into it. We started arguing. And then we just stepped back, "Hey man, this lockdown is causing this to us." You know, we realized what was happening. And we just got quiet for a while, you know, and everything went back to normal. And finally, what seemed like after forever, we got off of lockdown. But while we was on lockdown, you could hear people yelling out to CEOs, "Man, when we getting off lockdown? Man, I need to make a phone call. Man, we need a shower." They's giving us a shower every 3 days. And so a lot of us that worked out, we'd take these bird baths, you know, that's what we call them, you know, get over to the sink, put a curtain up, take a shower. That's aggravating too, you're silly too. You know, over there washing up, and he's, man, make sure you clean that up when you're done. Like I don't know that, dumbass. And but I guess there's some people that don't clean up after themselves. But anyway, somebody had yelled to, I think it was one of their friends, one of their partners, for some soups or something. He goes, man, I ain't got no soups. Man, can you send me up a couple soups? He said, man, I can't do that, man. I don't know how long we're going to be on lockdown. You know, we could be on here for months. I got to have my food. And the guy goes, oh, that's how it is? You're a effing B. And the guy says, all right, talking's over. I'll see you when we get off lockdown. But that just goes to show you the stress level. These people, I'm pretty sure they was friends, getting along, and dude wouldn't send soups up because he's like, I don't understand that. But the other dude gets in his feelings about it. Now, if it'd been me, if it'd been like Kevin, and Kevin, hey, Harb, send me up a couple soups, I would have done it. I would have sent him my last soup. I mean, that's how, we was like brothers. But this guy didn't want to do that, and I understand that. You know? Don't know how long you're going to be on lockdown. So anyway, Kevin's telling me, he's my cellie. He goes, man, we're going to get off of lockdown and go right back on lockdown because of these two. And he goes, that dude meant what he said. Anyway, we finally get off of lockdown. A couple of days goes by, nothing happens, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam. I don't know why it took a couple of days. I can't tell you, but you know, when you're in the cell, I was in the cell doing something, I think fixing a meal. You hear tennis shoes squeaking. That's the first sign that something's happening. It gets quiet, and then you hear tennis shoes squeaking on the concrete. You know something's happening. So I go and look out the window, my cell door, and there they go. They're fighting. And I want to tell you something. Kevin was right. The dude was willing to fight, and you know, he could fight. But the other guy wasn't no slouch. And it was a very good fight, in my opinion. CEOs come in, break it up, and they tell us to lock down, and Kevin said, I told you we're going to be on lockdown, and probably for another month. Well, it wasn't another month. They let us out after a few hours. You know, they found out what was going on. It was just a fight. Nobody had been stuck or anything. But these are things that you got to keep in mind. I hope nobody goes to prison, man. It's not worth it. It's not nothing to brag about. It's nothing to glorify. And the reason I tell these stories is I'm hope, for one thing, it's therapeutic for me. But for another thing, I'm hoping that it just helps people stay in line, not make bad choices and go to prison. Because there's all kinds of dynamics you got to deal with in prison. There's stress levels of this or that. You got to deal with CEOs. Sometimes CEOs will talk crap. I ain't lying. They will. When you're locked down, they'll talk crap. Some of them will do it when you're not locked down. Some of them are not afraid at all. And I've seen CEOs fight other people in prison, you know. And I mean, not even get on the radio, just start duking it out with them. I've seen them fight other CEOs. Fist fight them. It's crazy. So, but if you ever go to prison, just be careful, you know, what you say.